Okay, so we now know how to create a constructor, how to pass in arguments, and how to use those arguments, those variables, to assign properties. You might have looked at this and thought, well, that looks like quite a lot of work there, because you've got to actually define your properties here, and then you've got to use these arguments here to then take those values and assign values to the properties. So there's really three stages, isn't there? There's defining your properties, there's passing in the arguments, and then there is the assigning the values here. From PHP 8 onwards, you can actually take care of all this stuff with a single step. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove all of this stuff actually, and we'll start from scratch. So I'll remove these, and then in the way that we did when we defined the properties, you use the visibility keywords. So I'm going to say public, and then we'll say name, and I don't have to give this a default value, but I'll do it anyway. Might as well keep it working the way that it was. So by saying public name equals soap, and then what I'll do is, again, using the visibility keyword public, we'll say price equals 100. So now we've actually defined the properties, we've passed in variables, and we've assigned values to those properties all in one go. The main thing which changed from a syntax perspective was that we used these visibility keywords, the public visibility keyword, before we preceded the argument, the variable name. And now we don't need to actually set the properties. This is setting and defining and passing values to the properties all in one step. Brilliant. So let's actually go and run this, and we should get the same result as before. Thinking about this backwards, then we've set the default name to soap, the default price to 100, and when we actually go and create our product, we're saying no, actually we want the price to be 200. So when we print these, we should get a product name of soap, but we should get a price of 200. Should work exactly the same way as what it did before. So let's go and run this. Okay, and so we get soap and 200.